In this lesson, we will look at one of the advanced features of Tosca, called dynamic comparison. Once you've completed this lesson, you will be able to set up and use dynamic comparison. We will start by looking at what dynamic comparison is and why it is used in Tosca. We will also see where it is applied and how. Dynamic comparison is a feature within Tosca that allows you to verify a portion of a string that is static while buffering another portion of the string that may be dynamic. The buffered portion is also referred to as an X-buffer, and it is represented by curly bracket xb, close curly bracket. X-buffer helps you to verify strings with dynamic elements as well as simultaneously buffering elements within the string, so you can utilize them later on in your test case. This is particularly useful when you're trying to buffer an order number or a confirmation number from a success message, while at the same time verifying that the SUT displayed a static success message. Not only are there examples of this within our demo web shop, but also other common tools such as SAP, Salesforce, or possibly even applications that your company has developed. Dynamic comparison is used at the test step level by adding the dynamic comparison syntax in the test step value box. This can be utilized on any control with text that you would like to verify or buffer, such as a label, for example. Now, let's see how this can be applied. On the order successful page, we receive a message number with the string order number : and then the number of the order that we just placed. The text order number : is static, but the number itself changes. So in order to verify that this message appears, we can't simply verify the entire string because the order number will be different each time we run the test case. So instead, we can use the X-buffer to exclude the order number from the verification and buffer the order number into Tosca at the same time, so that we can use it later on in our test case. You want to buffer the order number so that when you want to reorder, Tosca can use that saved order number to find it. So in order to do this, we can use dynamic comparison by typing order number : as well as a buffer name into the square brackets of the X-buffer syntax. So this way, Tosca only stores the order number in the buffer. So our syntax for this test step value will then look like this: order number : open curly bracket, xb, open square bracket, order number, close square bracket, close curly bracket. And then you set the action mode to verify. We do this because Tosca will first verify that the static text exists before saving the buffer. And do keep this in mind, because that's why the X-buffer notation will not work if you set the action mode to buffer. If you didn't type in order number : Tosca would store the whole string in the buffer. And similarly, if you were to use a normal buffer here, you wouldn't just buffer the order number, but the whole string. That's why both of these options would make it difficult to search for the order number later, because you would need to figure out how to remove the order number text from the buffer after you have saved it to Tosca. And this is why you must use a combination of text and the X-buffer to only buffer the portion of the string that you want. And this brings us to the end of this lesson. You're now able to set up and use dynamic comparison. So go ahead and give it a try by completing this exercise.